Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's Missing, available on Amazon. Also brought to you by Illumnifically, think tank of the future, the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, now on Amazon, and High 10 Music. Check out the latest at high10music.com. We're here with a terrific lady who's a multi-talented contemporary Christian pop singer and a songwriter, piano player residing in Greenville, South Carolina, born in Pittsburgh as a military brat. She lived in Japan for 7 years. We'll talk more about her journey going into music, military, and more as well. She began her career singing, writing, playing piano with years of dance at the University of South Florida. Also, will later graduate from there. She lived in the Carolinas for about 9 years, recorded music in Tampa, opened for 9-time Grammy Award nominee as well, and also made a second round of one of the famous talent show contests in the world, and also leads a praise and worship band in her hometown and has a new release called Love's Got You Now. Live, ladies and gentlemen, plus twos in beautiful downtown Greenville, South Carolina, the multi-talented contemporary Christian pop singer, songwriter, piano player from Greenville, South Carolina, where Love's Got You Now. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Danielle Marie. Danielle, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. I appreciate it.
Well, it's great to have you on, Danielle. And you're a multi-talented contemporary Christian pop singer, songwriter, player, piano, residing in Greenville, South Carolina. You were born in Pittsburgh and you live in Japan for 11 years. You lived in Carolina for 9 years. You record music in Tampa. You began a career singing, writing, playing piano with years of dance at University of South Florida, and also open for a 9-time Grammy nominee and a 3-time GMA Dove Award winner. And also you made a second round of American Idol and more, and also lead a praise worship group. And you also have Love's Got You Now, featuring title track and more. Before getting all that, Danielle, tell us how I first got started.
Ooh, how we first got started. That is a loaded question.
Way back
way back when. I started singing really since I could talk, I mean, my parents just tell me like the second you could talk, you were singing. So really that's kind of where it started. I pretty much sang around my house until about middle school. I finally got into chorus. High school really started to get into it, did jazz choir. And that's when I'll never forget my dad. We were moving from one city to another. My dad was a Marine, so we moved around a lot, like you've heard. And we were actually moving my senior year of high school. And my dad said that the teacher came up to him and said, "Sir, do you know that your daughter can sing?" And he was like, "I mean, I know she can sing, but like, really, so it was the first time she said, "When you move down there, make sure she gets into jazz choir." And I did move to outside of Tampa, Florida that year, and got into jazz choir. And then it really just, my love's always been there for music, but it really took off. That was where, when we moved there, my dad said, "I know where we're going to church." And he said, "I found this church. It has a life teen contemporary mass. You're going to love it." And really, I would say that's where everything started for me in terms of music ministry and diving in. And it just, it was always a passion, but I was really able to like just be on fire at that point with it. So Tampa, Florida, Nativity Catholic Church, starting music ministry there was really where things really took off for me with that. So that's kind of my start to doing music.
And of course, when you talked about your teachers come to your dad saying that y'all be in jazz choir, y'all be in this and everything else, as at one moment, what was that other one precise moment that simply influenced you, what you do in the rest of your career?
One precise moment.
What other precise moment besides
other precise moment? So definitely moving to Florida my senior year, Bloomingdale Senior High School in Brandon, Florida. I had the most influential teacher ever. The music director there was Beverly Sutherland. She has since passed. We miss her dearly, but she just loved everybody for who they were. She loved everybody for the talents and gifts that they had. And she really just made you a good person, let alone just being able to learn how to sing and perform and all of that. So, she just instilled the love of all of that in us because she just exuded love. And nice. So she was definitely one of the most influential people in my life, and definitely my most influential teacher.
Mm-hmm. And certainly did as well, too. Who are some of your other favorite artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
Oh, growing up, whoo, all kinds. I grew up listening to the Beatles and all these oldies from my parents, Belinda Carlisle, Amy Grant. So a lot of influential stuff growing up. And then when I got into music ministry, some of my absolute favorites are Carrie Job, Matt Maher, um, let's Britt Nicole, loved singing her, so I think I have a little bit of kind of all of them in terms of what I like to embrace with their style or their sound. But we're all unique in our own way, but they were definitely very influential. And of course, Mariah Carey, she was always a big one for me growing up. So, can't match that in terms of range and all the things, but she definitely was very influential for me. So yeah, a lot of different styles and different genres that I love. Not closed into one area. I think you can kind of pull things from different areas and feel all that music differently. So
Oh yeah, and of course you mentioned Matt Maher as well too. You had the pleasure of opening up for him, and tell us more about that.
I did. So in Brandon at Nativity Catholic Church, they built just this state of the art youth center. It was amazing. And it brought opportunities for singer songwriters to come and perform there. And he was one of them. He ended up stopping in our town, in our city, at our church one year. And friends just really rallied and made it happen. Justin Lance was the youth director there, and he just, dear friend of mine, sang with him for many years. He and just other people made it happen where I had the opportunity to open for him while he was there. And that was by far one of the coolest experiences ever. I mean, when you're standing amongst Matt Maher, just in proximity, let alone getting to open for him. And then at the end of the night, getting to go out and sign autographs with friends sitting next to him. It was just a really cool experience, definitely.
He
Mhm.
also had some great experience as well too, making the second round of American Idol. You also appeared on a number of shows as well too. You got some music as well. Talk more about that with Danielle Marie. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1 800 303 3960. That's 1 800 303 3960 or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love bitter first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has got great reviews. And Evil Evidence George by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also coming soon to Amazon, Mia Molson-Zia 2 by Amazon. Double the fun, double the suspense. Coming soon to Amazon.com. Check it out. Also, Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Illumniptical, think tank of the future, bring scientists and engineers together from all over the world, create a method to construct a renewable generator. This unique product operates on a closed loop system, generating more energy internally that needs to function. The electricity can be used to run everything from homes, power grids, phones, laptops. The power source is renewable, highly scalable, and yet self-regenerating. Visit facebook.com/Illumniptical today. That's ELLUMENIPTICAL today. Also, Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Sweet Summits by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, with 30 exquisite paintings and King David songs. The Sweet Summits gives a new perspective to David through the Psalms. As the time grew up as a shepherd, and where it started, and yet complicated, turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check it out. Sweet Summits by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also brought to you by High 10 Music, featuring the smash hit Baby Come Back, and check out the latest at high10music.com. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on 40 podcast platforms. Heard in 100 countries. Take us with you on any mobile device. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, Also, support us on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. If you're interested in any of the merchandise, email me to the Mike Wagner Show at gmail.com or leave a comment at the comment section of the video or audio if you're listening to, and we will get back to you. We'll make sure you get what you need. And check out the Me and Melissa and Zia store on Amazon as well for great books, merchandise, and more. Amazon.com/Me and Melissa and Zia. Check it out today. We're here with the multi-talented contemporary Christian pop singer, songwriter, piano player, residing in Greenville, South Carolina, Danielle Marie, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Before we talk about your latest Love's Got You Now, you had made the second round of American Idol. You also appear in a number of things like See Thinking Dance. You also auditioned for The Voice and America's Got Talent. You pretty much cover the whole spectrum as well.
Yeah, I've had some really cool things. American Idol, I was 19, got through the first round. That was a wild experience. Second round was the audition was with Nigel Lithgow, who's from So You Think You Can Dance. So
Oh,
that
wow.
was a pretty cool experience. Yeah. So singing in front of him, not nerve-wracking at all. So that was really neat. And then, and these are all thanks to Bruce. Bruce has really been, like I said, just pivotal in getting these opportunities for me. So shout out to Bruce Wozniak. Now hear this entertainment.
Now hear this. He's still a hockey fan in Tampa.
Yeah. So, I got to, The Voice, got to audition for that, and as well as America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent was pretty cool. Got to sing with the backdrop behind me and all that. Didn't make it, past that moment, but that's okay. It was just a really neat experience, and you can take something away from all those experiences, even if it doesn't get you, the full way that you want to, as far as you want to go or anything like that. You can always take something away, and so I'm just appreciative that I've had that
and
fun.
plus you had a great journey as well too, and being born in Pittsburgh, and on your journey, and live in Japan and Carolinas,
Yeah.
and tell us about your journey going from Pittsburgh and where you're currently ending up right now in Greenville.
Yeah, so I was born in Pittsburgh, only lived there for 6 months total. But like I said, my dad's a Marine, so we moved around my whole life. And so went to Quantico, then to Japan for 4 years, back to Virginia, back to Japan, kind of bouncing around. And then I went to 3 different high schools. I was in North Carolina for freshman, sophomore year, back to Fairfax, Virginia area, so outside of DC my junior year, which I thought we were going to be staying there for a little while. And my dad comes home one day and he says, "All right, come downstairs," and he opens up a cake and he says, "Here we come, Florida." And I just remember being like, oh, gosh, in hindsight, a lot of good things are coming. But at the time I was back with friends I had lived with before. I was like, oh my gosh, we just got back here. But we moved to Florida my senior year, like I've mentioned before, and then ended up being in Florida for 14 years. So I did my undergrad there, like you mentioned, at USF. Went down to Fort Lauderdale, did my pharmacy school program down there at Nova Southeastern, moved back up to Tampa and worked and had kids, got married, and then that was when I was in the studio for, once I finished my residency, I was like, I have all this time on my hands. What am I going to do? So did my time in the studio there in Tampa. And then we said, you know what, we're ready for some seasons, for some changes. So my husband and my family and I, we picked up and moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. We were there for 3.5 years, and then sight unseen, we had to make the decision to move to Greenville, South Carolina. And honestly, it was a great decision. We love it here. The proximity to the mountains and the cities and just the downtown area itself and the people, we've got a great village of friends here. And so it's the first place I've lived longer than 5 years. So now this is the longest city I've lived in now in my entire life. So
you say 5 years? Oh my goodness.
yeah, so
wow.
we've hit 6 years here now, and in Tampa we were there for 5 years. Now I restarted my time on the clock or with the house, so I have yet to live in any home more than 4 years. So
oh my goodness, that
yeah.
is something. Now, if you were to move again, what city would you live in?
If I had to move again, so for the first time, I actually feel like this may be where we stay forever. But if I had to move again, it would be back home to Pittsburgh. I love it there. My parents are there. It's just a great city. It feels like home. I tell people I have multiple homes. I've got like home, which is Pittsburgh, family and just the city itself, I love it. My parents are back there. Then current home is Greenville, so this is a special place for me. And Japan will always have a piece of my heart too, because I was there for a good long while and got engaged there later in life. And so,
Oh,
but yeah, I think,
congratulations.
yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So Pittsburgh will probably be where I choose.
And certainly did as well too. You also made your mark with your latest release, "Love's Got You Now." We'll talk about that in just a minute. Danielle Marie, you're listening to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia Missing, also brought to you by Illumnithic Think Tank of the Future. The Sweet Song is by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, now on Amazon and Hayatan Music. Check out the latest at HayatanMusic.com. We'll be back with multi-talented Danielle Marie of Love's Got You Now after this time out. We're back to the multi-talented contemporary Christian player, pop singer, songwriter, born in Pittsburgh, now in Greenville, South Carolina, Danielle Marie here on the Mike Wagner Show. And now we finally get to what you've got released. It's Love Got You Now, featuring the title track and more. And tell us more about the album.
Oh, tell you about the album. So yeah, so like I said, I had finished my residency in pharmacy school. Finished pharmacy school, did my residency, had lots of time on my hands, and I have a dear friends in the Tampa, Florida area, which they've since moved. But we'd been doing music together for quite some time, and I called them up and I said, you know what, I want to write some songs. Like, let's write some songs together and let's make an album. This is my time. So we in his house, and he is a phenomenal producer. Matt Edwards, he's just amazing. And Marlon Smith, we literally just sat around and wrote probably 25 songs and produced as many as you hear on the album, to, full music and everything. And it just was, it was a hodgepodge. It was just kind of just life experiences, things that meant something to us or to me specifically. Some of the songs have like really deep meaning and some are fun and just, good messages. Love's Got You Now specifically is love is God. So God's got you now. And it's basically just saying, don't run away, don't feel overburdened, because whatever's thrown at you and whatever's being thrown at you in life, like he's got you. So that was kind of the theme. And I feel like that's kind of a central theme to a lot of the songs, is just like that God's always got you. He's always covering you, and just take things in stride and just know he'll be there with you every step of the way.
And you also got some other ones too, like Goodbye, got Fairy Tale, and also Out of My Head, Hold On to His Love, Little Girl, and all that. And tell us more about those and what inspired to write them.
Yeah. So let's see. Little Girl is just like a fun one. Little Girl is just about, having someone in your life that's trying to control you. And that could be, a significant other. It could be a family member. It could be anything, really. It could be yourself, just keeping yourself back. But it's basically saying, I'm not a little girl anymore. It says, I'm not suffocating in your little world. And essentially it's just like breaking out and being yourself and owning it and having confidence in life and everything that you do. So that's a fun song for me. Out of My Head is another one. It's got a play on words, in terms of it having a, faith-filled meaning behind it. But that one, we just specifically, I really just wanted to have kind of like an R&B fun, kind of more hip hop style song with a little bit more edge to it. So that's where that one came from. Goodbye Fairy Tale is for my husband. And so really it's just saying, you have this fairy tale in your head, growing up, girls have this fairy tale. They think of their wedding, all these things. And Goodbye
and of course,
Fairy
Horses,
Tale.
Prince Charming, Cake, and
I mean, the Taylor Swift songs, right?
From Gary Godmother. Harry Godmother.
Exactly. And so Goodbye Fairy Tale is actually a good thing. It just means, goodbye fairy tale. Here's the man of my dreams. Here's real life in front of me. And this is what we're going towards. And I actually have a play on words. My husband's name is Race. And I have a line in there that says, but how will I ever win a race? And it's a play on words because it really is his name. So that was a fun part to put in there. Yeah.
I think that'd go over well in the Carolinas. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
Especially at Darlington, or if you go down to Talladega, Tallahassee. It's
yeah.
like, I think that'd go great in the NASCAR circuit. Tell him he should consider NASCAR, since his name is Race.
Right. You are right. Yeah. So what else we got? Let's see. Hope You're Watching. That is one that is it for my husband's late mother. She's passed away. I actually never had the pleasure of meeting her, but I feel like I know her. And so that song is written for him, basically about his mom, and saying, I hope you're watching, just, my life in general, and you're still there in those moments, even if you can't physically be here. So that's a really, really special one, near and dear to my heart. So
And
yeah,
plus, you got One of a Kind and Better as well.
I do. So Better is, again, just kind of this mantra song of like, things are going to get better, um, it just, I wanted just some really good message songs on there. And Better just is that. And I had a friend reach out to me and she's like, this is my mantra right now, because it's gonna get better,
Oh,
better.
yeah.
And it's keep your head up. It's gonna get better. So I think just it can really resonate with anyone at any time in their life, even if it's, something small, something big, just knowing that like keeping your head up and driving through it, things are gonna get better. Um, and then One of a Kind, this one's pretty fun too, because you think, oh, it's going to be, oh, like a one of a kind person, or, like, oh, this guy or this significant other is a one of a kind, when really it's actually talking about the person who's not treating you right. And who is, whatever that might be, manipulative or just not nice or not kind, or just it isn't a good person for you in your life. It's actually saying, thank God you are one of a kind, because I don't want this in my life. I actually want these people or this person that is good for me. So it sounds like it might be a love song, but it actually is the opposite. So that was just a fun one, again, with like a play on words. So yeah, I kind of have Hold On to His Love, again, another for me, faith-filled song, hold on to his love. Um, Kind of just like life may throw you lemons, you make lemonade. That's kind of the theme of that. And that one really is special for me too. I remember driving in the car with my husband one day, and it was just like the chorus or the refrain just like came to me, and I was like, oh, we got to get home, I've got to write this down. And so can vividly remember running in the house and just writing down the entire chorus and being like, yes, this is it. So that one, has a special place in my heart too. But yeah, I think that covers all of them. So you've just got a lot of different themes, a lot of different styles, which for me, that's what I love. There isn't one style that is just me or that I only love. I like a lot of different things. And so I think that kind of is encompassed in this EP. So.
And certainly does as well, too. And if there's other music that we haven't discussed, feel free to talk about as well.
Other music. So, what I would love to do is have a worship album. I would absolutely love that. So in terms of there being other things that I do in my life for music, I lead worship at my church. I've got some amazing, amazing people that play and sing with me there. We are there every Sunday night at St. Mary Magdalene and Woodruff Road right here in Simpsonville. So I adore doing that. We also have an adoration once a month that I get to sing with two dear friends, Maria and Patrick. And that's just a real intimate, worship session, which is amazing. And outside of that, in terms of, I have friends from my jazz choir, my senior year of high school. We actually still get together and use the acapella app, if you've heard of that acapella app. And we are in all different areas of the world. Okay. We have a friend in Australia, Vermont, Washington State, Florida, different areas. We are everywhere. But we use this app to create music together. And so you can find that. We named ourselves Take Two because we were together in high school, and now this is Take Two. We're all a little older, but we reunited, and we've done some really, really fun stuff throughout the years. So you can find that on YouTube as well. One of my favorite parts of that is putting together like Christmas music for the year. So we've really enjoyed that. We send it out to friends, we put it on Facebook, and people just, it's just so nice to hear that people love it. And it just brings joy to us again to do music together, even not being in the same town. So those are some other music things that I get to do, in my current situation.
Oh my gosh, you've got a lot going on here. I'm trying to keep up here. So that's great.
The list.
You got that right. In the meantime, in a nutshell, where can we find all your music at, and what's your website?
Yeah, so my website is daniellemarimusic.com. And you can find my music really on any platform. Bruce, again, coming through. He has just been pivotal for me to get everything copyright and on all these platforms. So Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iTunes, all the major platforms and then some. I mean, he literally was like, Danielle, there's so many I couldn't even, I can send you a list if you want it. And I was like, okay. So yes, daniellemarimusic.com is my website. You can find me on Facebook, Danielle Marie Music as well. And I just also want to throw out, Now Hear This Entertainment. That's Bruce Wozniak's company. He's fantastic. So you should definitely check him out as well. And if you need to email about anything in regards to me, or you want to reach out to Bruce, info@now-hear-this.net. So yeah, you can just check me out on any of the platforms, and I hope you enjoy it.
We certainly will do that as well. And we're going to go to it right now with the multi-talented contemporary Christian pop singer, songwriter, Danielle Marie on Mike Wagner's show with Love's Got You Now, and just a few more things. I mean, we cover ground on what you got planned. What else you have come up in 2024 and going into 25 or 26 or 27, or if you want 28?
Oh, all the years. All right, let's see here. So, um, music wise, let's see. I just did a gala this past weekend that I got to sing at. It's a local Filipino group. It was wonderful to do. Coming up next month, I get to sing. I love doing this every year at the Veterans Gala at my church. So we have veterans from all the military services come in and they, dance, and we just have a band together and have a lot of fun. And special for me this year is my dad is coming to speak at that. So I'm really
Nice.
excited for that. Yeah, thank you. And in terms of just the upcoming years, right now I'm just enjoying life, doing music ministry, really trying to pour my heart into that and build that at my church. We have some fun things coming up. We're going to Italy next year with the
Nice.
family. Yeah, so I'm, Sicilian. My dad's full Italian. I'm Sicilian. And we're actually going to go there and meet some of our family members. My dad's been there, and my mom has been there a couple times, and so I'm really excited to bring my family there and just immerse ourselves in the culture and meet some family. Um, Other than that, I'm a pharmacist by day, so I love my job. I get to work with patients every day, and so really just good old life with my husband, my kids, my job, my family.
There you go. That's all in a nutshell. And you get to express about it. There you go.
That's right.
And a couple of things. Who do you consider biggest influence in the career?
Ooh, biggest influence in my career. Man, let me personally, um, my man, I could think of quite a few people. My parents, number one. Well, I mean, God, number one, of course, because He leads the way. But my parents, have just always supported me in everything that I do. They've, made sure that I keep the important things in life first and foremost. They were always supportive of my music, still wanted me to, embrace my medical, my education side as well. And I really appreciate that because I think it allowed me to have music as my passion, but still have a job that I'm also passionate about too. Of course, my husband and my family for supporting me. But in terms of music, I mean, Beverly Sutherland, oh, just I miss her dearly, but she just was really a pivotal person in terms of my music career. And then Matt Edwards and Marlon Smith, the people that I sat down with every day and made this music with. I mean, I will always just be grateful for him to allowing me to even have this available to put out, and so I'm very, very appreciative of him and what we were able to create so that I can even have a moment like this. So
That is so amazing. Great people in life. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
to anybody, let's see, always stay true to you. Um, Family, family first, keeping your morals and your values first. Don't change for anybody. Everything is going to happen at the right time when it's supposed to happen. Again, like people always ask me, well, why aren't you doing music as a job? Or why didn't you do this? Or, where's your music and all of this? And I'm like, they've asked me for years and I've had this music for a very long time. And I just always felt like when the time is right, it will happen. So I think just letting things kind of happen naturally, Don't try to push it, be yourself. And I feel like this is exactly how it worked out for me. You know, I had the music in my back pocket, but being married, my career, my children, that was my focus. And then they're a little bit older. I've got my baby, he's 3 years old almost now. And it was like everything just was kind of being laid on my heart, like, okay, now is the time for me to release this music. You know, I feel like it was just everything just fell into place. So I think just staying true to you, everything happens for a reason, and just keep God first.
I think that's a really good one. A big amen to that right there. We'll hear the multi-talented Danielle Marie of Love's Got You Now here on the Mike Wagner Show. Danielle, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having
Thank
you
you.
soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's the website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
Yeah, so my website is DanielleMarieMusic.com. My Facebook is Danielle Marie Music as well. You can contact me through those platforms. You can also check out Now Hear This, Bruce Wozniak, info at now-hear-this.net or now-hear-this.net for his website. I'm on all the platforms, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all the good stuff. So check me out. I hope you enjoy it. And I just want to say thank you for your time, Mike. I appreciate it.
And a big thank you as well. And looking forward to having you soon, Danielle. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Wish all best. And Danielle, you definitely have a great future ahead.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.